I have a husband and 2 children and a reputation that I've been building for over 10 years now, and I don't have time to deal with these tricks. Okay? My name is Monique Samuels. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva. I'm back here again for another discussion, my thoughts on the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are in season 3, episode 9, appropriately titled A Happy Medium. So, when we last left off, these ladies got into a melee inside of a very nice, I assume it was a hotel restaurant or something like that. Karen ended up having to call security. They get outside. More mischief and mayhem ensues with Monique and Robin coming to blows daggone there. One of the things I didn't like is the fact that Monique always has to bring up money in any subject matter, because that is the only thing that she has in life that gives her a little bit of power, but not true security. She immediately starts to tell Robin, go ahead, hit me. You know what? That way you can get some money and da-da-da-da-da. And then Giselle was like, I don't know why Spaghetti Arms tried to go in on Money May Robin. I was like, that DC hood came out of that girl. And then Karen, like, y'all not gonna do this out here. Don't do this to me. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Security. I'm like, y'all got too much. First of all, y'all pretty much are too cute to be out there doing that. And number 2, where's the class? Where's the woman empowerment? One of the things that came up in a discussion on Twitter tonight is that all y'all are always talking about empowering one another, but yet y'all are consistently tearing one another down. As they're getting ready to leave, Monique talking about, I thought I had a friend, I don't have anybody. Sheree's like, but you got me, I'm your friend. Monique sounded like a damn mule crying. I was like, girl, you really need to get over this whole subject matter of you having money and power. After this event, after Karen's event is basically a total disaster, Monique drives 2 hours with her 2-year-old to Karen's house in Great Falls because she doesn't have a nanny yet. Go figure. Either way, she goes in to apologize to Karen about her aberrant behavior and how she knew better. Karen goes on to say that she feels some kind of kindred spirit with Monique because of how the girls, particularly the 2 bullies, Jack and Whack as she has now called Giselle and Robin, which I'm like, that don't really sound good, and that's just not shady enough. I think the green-eyed bandits was sufficient. So Karen, trust and believe, none of us will be trying to use that term. But she still feels some type of way, as well as she should, about how she was treated with regards to Ray's tax issue. Also, what I found interesting in this conversation and the conversations that Monique had with regards to what happened at Karen's event is the fact that she kept droning on and on about, they provoked me. They provoked me. You need to learn how to control your emotions and suppress the will to turn violent and angry and come up out of your face. Perhaps, Monique, your next stop, in addition to marital counseling and grief counseling, should be anger management. Needless to say, they moved past that, and we learned that Monique has put together a supply drive for the Hurricane Harvey survivors. As many of y'all remember, this past summer, the hurricanes were very unkind to the Gulf Coast, and particularly in my home state of Texas, we had Hurricane Harvey hit us. Which is a good thing. This is Monique's thing. She says, I know I told my husband I was going to slow down, but I have to do this. I understand. It bothers me right now to be situated in the manner in which I am situated because I can't do any of the charitable giving that I normally do. So I understand wanting to help, and I hope it's coming from a sincere place. So during the Hurricane Harvey drive, it does rain that day. And everyone's there except for Giselle does a stop and drop and leaves. It appeared as if she only dropped off one pack of water. So Aurora, I hope you didn't just drop off one pack of Deer Park water. I know she had to have dropped off more than that because she left her car door open. And I'm thinking she probably, with editing, we don't know how much she dropped off. And Bravo is petty, so she may have dropped off 10 things and we wouldn't have even known. It could have been more than water. We don't know what else Giselle dropped off. But I think her heart was in the right place considering her mother lives in Houston. And while her mother did not experience as much loss as many others, I found out one of my frat brothers, he lost his car. He had to find a place to live, a new place to live. It was just all bad. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to Bravo for putting together these supply drives. And a lot of people are like, we wonder if it's even sincere. And my thing is this, is that regardless of whether someone is giving from a sincere place, you get what you need. And that's why Romans 8:28 always comes up. For we know that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. So if you got blessed from people who weren't giving from the heart, it worked out in the end. So let's just be quiet about that and just be grateful. Sharice wants it to be duly noted that Monique needed my help in finding help. So I called all of my friends so we could all be friends and help out. I'm like, Sharice, girl, I'm sure Monique could have rounded up them hundreds of family members she got to come do just the same. But I think she just felt like the people of Potomac should help as well. So, girl, stop. Let's do it for the cause, not for applause, okay? Robin did not show up, and honestly, I don't blame Robin for not showing up considering their last interaction was of a violent nature. Plus it was raining, and I'm pretty sure that after being threatened with an umbrella and being told that I will choke you out with said umbrella, I don't think I would be showing up to any event, even if it is for a good cause, hosted by Monique Samuels. One of the things I don't get about Monique, though, and someone else noted this, is that you're so concerned about your reputation, but yet you getting in a car and driving under the influence, you didn't think that would ruin your reputation, or the language that you use by referring to your fellow female companions as bottom bitch tricks and messy tricks. I notice you're using those terms a lot. That's not ladylike and that's not reputable at all. So reconsider your position. Now, Ashley does make an appearance, and Monique does let her know that we have some unfinished business to attend to. And Ashley's like, she's down for it. Oh, by the way, was Monique wearing Chanel each of these days during the supply drive? Did she wear Chanel? And when she met up with Ashley, did she wear Chanel? Because you know her ass said, every time I wear Chanel, it rains. Maybe we should just have you come to Southern California when we need some rain, since we're a drought state. Anyway, Ashley and Monique meet up. Ashley can't help herself. Ashley's just messy. That's who she is. She claims that at the time that she was discussing the topic of Monique with the girls, like when she was in the car with Robin, it was innocuous. You knew what you were doing, little girl. You knew. You knew that Robin or Giselle or whomever was in that car would take it and run tell that. And that's what happened. And now you done ended up in a melee and a skirmish and public embarrassment, essentially, is what I see it as. Either way, Monique orders hot tea. Ashley ordered iced tea. So she was like, well, I noticed she ordered tea. I'm like, I would order tea too after you spilled all of my tea about my life. But Monique basically says that going forward, she now knows that she has to deal with Ashley on a different level. And as Karen advised her, at least you learned something from this. And honestly, these women, they're just not friend material. Bottom line, at least not for you. And part of that, Monique, is because you thrive on your husband's bank account and try to make it seem like you made all this money on your own. You were an unknown rapper when Chris got with you, college dropout, I believe. and you got with Chris. And Chris got money. He gives you all the comforts of life that you need. Robin and Juan, though, they knew each other from high school, I believe. So their relationship is totally different. You always want to talk about money. What else is it about Monique Samuels that we need to know? Other than the fact that you're insecure and your only means of power is the fact that you have a checkbook where you can stroke all of us checks if you so choose, allegedly. And y'all have to excuse me if you hear me sniffling. My allergies are ridiculous. My eczema is flaring and I'm sneezing. It's ridiculous. And Benadryl and Zyrtec. I'm going to have to go get some Zyrtec D, I guess, because this is ridiculous. I'm just, ooh. Candace, Chris, and Miss Dorothy. Gertrude, as I like to call her, but now I know her name is Miss Dorothy. Candace and Chris are out at the harbor, and we discover that they have been keeping a secret from Miss Dorothy. We learn that Chris's 14-year-old, or his firstborn, has not been disclosed. Now, she disclosed to us that Chris had 3 children and 2 baby mamas, I think it is, and been married twice. But Miss Dorothy was not privy to this information. So Miss Dorothy, a.k.a. Gertrude, comes to the restaurant with Candace, and they sit down and talk, and Candace is like, Mother, I have something to tell you. I'm like, girl, what you about to tell her? Like, you got a brain tumor? What is going on? That's what I would be thinking. Like, well, remember how I told you that Chris has 2 kids? Well, he actually has 3, and he's nearby. And Miss Dorothy was like, no. And so we just thought you should know about that. And so Chris was like, well, honestly, here's the story. And the story is I have not seen my son in 9 years because she won't let me. How is it that you are the father of this child and the mother won't let you? What I want to know is what's the backstory here? Like, why can't you see your child? Have you gone to court and filed for some sort of form of custody? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, surprisingly, Miss Dorothy took the news very well. All she wants to know is, well, are there any more step-grandchildren I need to know about? I was like, girl, yeah, because you want to make sure you ain't got to write no more checks for no more than a party of 5, not a party of 10 or 12. But the therapist mode did kick in, and she did basically say, well, we'll just all get through this. It's okay. So Candace, like, oh, so glad. I don't know why you felt like you couldn't tell your mother that. Candace also expresses reservations about the fact that Chris has had a broken marriage, broken home. She comes from a broken home, and she wonders if her marriage will last. Just because it didn't work out for your parents doesn't mean it won't work out for you. How it will not work out is the fact that you're so focused on the fact that it didn't work out for your parents. Also with Chris, sometimes people get with the wrong people. Fools rush in. Folk get married all the time and discover, I did wrong. Let me get out of this. Better to get out early than it is to be there for 20, 30 years and miserable. So either way, I'm glad they over that. Giselle is down to the beauty salon, and I love her hairstylist. He's a very nice young man and very patient with Giselle. Giselle had a meltdown at the salon. She's worried about her mother. Hurricane Harvey was kind of a wake-up call. Her mother has said, well, if you want me to come stay, girl, you're going to have to buy me a house, a place to stay close by. I'm thinking to myself, does Giselle really have bank like that where she can buy her mama a house in Potomac nearby? And then she was like, it's Sherman. And I'm just like, has it been 7 whole days or 7 whole nights since you haven't heard from Sherman? Because when we last left off, it had been 29 hours. It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I tell you, Prince writes great songs for every moment, didn't he? I'm just really interested in knowing, can Giselle really afford to buy her mother a house? Then somebody on Twitter asked, how is Sherman pulling all these beautiful women? Child, I've seen some men that look like Sherman be with some of the most beautiful women in the world. I don't know. He must have said, "Here's my black card. Here's a Bentley, something." I don't know. He must have it really going on. Because I was thinking the same thing. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. People laugh at me when I say even if Jay-Z wasn't a known talent, I would have dated him. I'm just saying. Have you seen his lips? Anyway, let me not covet cousin Beyonce's husband. She might come looking for me, which could be a good thing because then I could finally meet cousin baby. Like, girl, we are family. Okay, I'm just making it up. But I am a diehard Beyonce fan. I don't think Sherman and Giselle gonna make it through season 3. She did say on Twitter that sometimes life can be overwhelming and that sometimes you have to take off your superwoman cape. And that is true. Robin and Juan, this was interesting for this particular episode for them. Robin is putting together a women's empowerment group, and that's one of the things that we talked about on Twitter, is that it's very interesting how all these women are always talking about empowering one another, but yet tear each other down at every bend in the road. So Robin is going to be putting that together. Her and Juan are now a vegan household. Them kids be looking like really vegan chicken. Because at the top of the episode, Juan comes into the house with, I found a vegan restaurant. And so they are excited about this. And I'm just like, no shade to vegans, but I really do think that y'all need to have some better protein choices. Maybe pescatarian might be a good choice. Just saying. But I don't think that man was meant to live just on vegetation alone, because even in the Bible, people ate meat. Robin also shares with Juan about what happened with regards to Monique always bringing up money and trying to make her feel bad about it. But I really like Juan. Juan strikes me as a very wise man, because he was like, you can't allow her words to affect you like that. But I will say this, we are taught that the power of life and death lies in the tongue. And if you say things that kills a person's spirit, you may not kill them physically, but you may kill their spirit. But one of the things we have to be is strong enough to overcome those words. People will say stuff mindlessly and not even think that it's harmful, but you just pray for them and keep on going. And if you know that that's not who you are, this too shall pass, Robin. And I think Juan is right. Just, don't let her words affect you like that. Just like Monique should have handled the provocation that came up inside of her a little bit better, because it could have ended a lot worse. It really could have. And it's really interesting that Real Housewives of Potomac really don't have security like Love and Hip Hop, because that's what it looked like. It looked just like an episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Juan and Robin have a psychic come over, or a medium, this guy named Justin. And Justin shared with them some very profound things. We learned that Juan's mother name was Juanita, and that she went by Nita. She died a drug addict that was infected with the AIDS virus. And she died from ultimately complications caused by the AIDS virus. We also learned in this episode that it happens in many black families, and probably other families too. Folk get adopted by their mama and raised as the daughter or whatever. We learned that Juan has a biological father. The man he thought was his father all these years really wasn't. They had a very brief affair, and there was Juan, but I guess by the time Juan came along, his father that he knew married her or whatever. We also hear about Earl. Earl is and I forgot he had killed himself, because I think Robin shared with us that he committed suicide to cover up for his sins. He took the coward's exit out. Even in death, this fool is not remorseful. Now, I'm going to be honest, Robin, I'm not into all that psychic and the medium stuff, because I believe in God, and I just don't believe in messing with that, because even Jesus had an issue with that in the Bible, dealing with the soothsayers and all that good stuff. But I will say it is fascinating to learn that this man still is not remorseful for the shit that he did. Now, you were wrong for fucking up the church's money, in the words of Funky Dineva, but at least you sorry. He's not. The man says he's content in death. Of course you are. You don't have to answer for anything. There's no punishment there. The psychic also brought up the fact that Juan was raised by a father figure, which was his grandfather, Phil. There was a conversation had with Juan's mother. She approves of Robin and she wants him to get on with it already. So, will Juan put a ring on it again? I think that him and Robin probably should go ahead and work it out and get married again. I see now why he was so upset and divorced her. I would too. I specifically told you. She just kept on saying she was sorry in this episode. He said, so you still apologizing for not listening to me. And I think Robin has learned her lesson. So maybe the Dixons can get on with it. Let's get it on. My friend Fee is so crazy on Twitter. She goes, what success is Monique talking about? Laughing my fucking ass off. Inquiring minds want to know. We still don't know. Oh yeah, specifically with regards to Monique, I said Monique is going on about being a wife and mother, but yet just called all the women messy tricks. Language, dear. Also, another thing I can't understand either, and Taylor Edwards asked it. She says, I don't understand all the hate Robin gets on Twitter. She's the most transparent one on the show, and y'all attack her for it. Something about her obviously has y'all feeling insecure. Yeah, Robin is the realist, because like she said something in this episode, because right now I'm going through some financial challenges since taking a leap of faith myself and trying to get myself back together mentally and physically. But I know that God is still in control. But one of the things she said in this empowerment thing is her whole goal is for women to have multiple streams of income. And like, because she says, I never want to be broke like this again. And I feel her on that. Girl, those words resonated with me. I never want to be this down and out again. I don't like not being able to travel. I don't like not being able to go out and go to concerts and do the things I've been doing for years. Traveling, I just started 2 years ago, but going to concerts and stuff, it was nothing. But now, I can't tell my story right now, but soon I will be doing a video series on how to overcome. Anywho, that's all I've got for Real Housewives of Potomac. A happy medium. Thank you guys for joining. I have put up last week's finally on today. Hopefully I can get this edited and done soon. If not, you'll see it in the morning or something. Anyways, y'all have a great one. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. There are more great things to come.